Hello, welcome back to another edition of Open Shutter and have the pleasure of welcoming Joel onto the program, man. Thanks for taking the time to jump on this thing.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. First time meeting. How's your summer going?
The summer has honestly, it's been hot. It's been
No.
really
Is it too hot
hot.
though? What's like the threshold for you? Is it like 30?
This is because I was actually born in South Africa, so I
Right.
mean, this is kind of like probably this is the threshold, but
Yeah.
then at the same time, maybe 40 at like
Okay.
46
So
at
we're so
best.
we're close. So we're close.
Yeah, but like it's still very hot for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
But like I like summer. It just gives you an excuse to like wear stuff like
Yeah.
this all the
Of
time. But
course. Yeah.
yeah,
Love it, man. Love it. Cool,
yeah.
man. So like for the people that don't know who you are, like what do you want people to like know about Joel, man?
Whew, where do I start? Where do
Yeah.
I
It's a
start?
loaded question, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Joel Kiggundu,
Welcome.
photographer,
Yeah.
emerging filmmaker,
Okay.
plenty of other stuff that I'm interested in doing. But those two I'm mainly more prominent in.
Yeah.
I've been doing photography for about almost a decade now, but I've been
Right.
trying to get into freelance over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And filmmaking is also still a relatively new thing. I just made my first short film a
Congrats.
couple months ago. And
Congratulations.
so that's just the plan, is to send it to festivals and hopefully put it up online and hopefully make more in the future.
Wow. Wow. So how was that whole experience, man?
It was a lot. Obviously,
Yeah.
like film and television has been something that I've always been interested since I was really young. But
Yeah.
I guess when I was 12, I kind of was like, oh, I actually want to be a storyteller more.
Right.
And so I got into like, well, wanting to write my own scripts and
Mm-hmm.
getting to know these different shows and like sort of the structure of how things work. And that I
Yeah.
think that almost advanced my love for the arts even more.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd think maybe because I was only 12 years old, it would
Right.
just be sort of a phase. But yeah, no, it just as time went by, it grew much further.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it made me want to explore other avenues of just artistry in a way that, you know, makes me a better storyteller and
Mm-hmm.
just how to express myself in ways that, I wouldn't have thought of doing so maybe even 5 years ago. So,
Interesting. So you're into storytelling when you're in South Africa? I get started
well,
over there.
Well, this is where the funny thing kind of comes into play.
Yeah.
So I was born in South Africa, but
Right.
I've been in Canada since 2008,
Yeah.
and because my family used to like move like a lot, even
Okay.
when we were in South Africa. So
Yeah.
we currently do live in Alberta,
Okay.
but obviously I've been living in Toronto for 6 years. See,
Okay.
this is why
Got it. So your
it's
family's
a
in Alberta, but you're in Toronto.
yeah, it's a whole
Got it.
convoluted story.
And you're in Toronto for the school part of it?
Yeah, for the school part of it.
Got it. Got
But I just finished up at Toronto Film School 4 months ago, so now I'm just starting a life.
it. Wow, man. It's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's exciting, a little nerve wracking.
Yeah.
I think I'm kind of I guess when you're like out of that student bubble, there's a
Yeah.
lot of like what is gonna
You're
happen.
in the real world now all of a sudden.
Yeah, so you kind of have
Right.
to. It's kind of up to you to sort of figure out the steps. Obviously, my family and friends have been like very supportive and wanting to do what's best for me, but also help me forge my own path. But there's always times where I'm like, well, what does it look like in like the next 6 months or
Yeah.
even to a
Right.
year? Will I even be in Toronto? You know?
Yeah. But you've already done a short film though. So was like the short film part of like a school project or totally separate?
Yeah, no, it was actually so essentially for us, we like during like maybe my summer term or fall term, we had our term group had the opportunity to sort of pitch our
Yeah.
film ideas to like a committee.
Cool.
And so obviously that is a lot, especially when you're trying to build a whole team and you're making like a pitch deck about
Yeah.
what your
Yeah.
film entails.
Yeah.
And so I was actually one of the 14 people that did get accepted
Crazy,
in
man.
actually having my film shown like in a theater.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And yeah, no, and through that process, like leading up to the filming of the film itself, there I know there was just a lot of like, is this gonna work?
Right. Yeah. Because like you have no control anymore of the entire. You're just sitting back and watching the film, I guess, right?
Yeah, but it's also being able to build a good foundation, a good team of people
Yeah.
that want to help make your vision come to life.
Yeah.
And I feel during my time in film school, it was interesting to know how, even though I'm a director and I have
Mhm.
to sort of entail this vision of what I have in mind, it's also about what others can bring in store, what other ideas that other people have in mind to make the film better. And
Yeah.
it's sort
Yeah.
of up to you to decide whether to see what ideas work and what doesn't.
Right.
Because, yeah.
Interesting. So what's like the short film about in like a 30-second pitch?
You're gonna laugh. So the film is it's called Killer Date. It is a
Love
dark
that.
comedy in which
Yeah.
a hit woman goes on a Tinder date,
Uh,
and
That's
it
your story?
really, yeah. How I came up with it, I ask myself that every day. But I just thought it was absurd and it would lead to many possibilities. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, it just becomes one of those stories where it takes a look into our use of social media, especially with
Right.
dating apps and how
Right.
that has sort of been commodified and based off social media and appearances and how
Yeah.
we present ourselves
Yeah.
online. And
Mhm.
I think for my character, it becomes a debate of whether do I want to have this normal life where I can, experience love, or do I just want to continue on being this badass killer?
Interesting.
So
Interesting. Okay. It sounds interesting, man.
it's only told in 10 minutes, so
That's
I had a
okay.
lot to work with.
It's a lot of work though, eh? For like 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No,
Interesting.
it was a fun time. Because that was actually really the first real script I've ever written. Actually, no,
Yeah.
I lied. I have written like scripts for classes, but I never had to write a complete
Right.
script. So
Right.
this was my first like movie script,
Yeah.
and so
Interesting.
obviously the process of making a script comes down to, well, a lot of blocking, a lot of self doubt,
Of
doubt.
course.
But
Yeah.
what helped is my teacher was, well, just write the stupidest thing you can think of,
Mm-hmm.
but then the smart thing will come
Mm-hmm.
through when it needs
Sure.
to.
Yeah.
So a big part of writing is you don't want to just wait till the perfect moment.
Yeah,
You
I
you
think so. I think
you
writing, you just need to just write kind of like stream of thoughts and just like write and see what comes out of that soup almost, you know?
Yeah, no, and a big part of it was learning to embrace the imperfections of the story,
Right.
and
Yeah.
just as time went on, was also improving upon it,
Sure. Of
catching
course.
like all the little things of like, I don't like that. Let's
Yeah.
improve upon that. But
Yeah.
that also came with sacrificing certain story beats, which you thought would have been really cool, but for the sake of
Yeah.
maybe time or just what's
Right.
capable.
Right.
Yeah, kill your darlings.
Kill
That's
your
what they
darling. I was
say.
just gonna say you must have to kill your darlings, right?
Oh no, there was one. There was maybe
Yeah.
a scene or two which didn't make the cut, and I was like, it's okay. It's
Yeah.
for the sake of the story.
You know, he kind of cried about it a little bit. It's like, okay, it's okay. We'll move on with that one.
Yeah, but yeah, no,
Crazy, man.
it was a good time because at least when you get into that film set and like the day of filming, because we literally only had 2 days, like a whole weekend
Yeah.
to film this,
Right. Shot
and
downtown?
yep.
Or where was?
in my house.
Shot in your
Actually.
house. Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Big budget. Big budget.
Yeah, for only $1,200, of course.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
And no, a big part of it, we actually got to use like the RE15, like
There you
RE
go.
Mini. So we used the
Wow.
cameras that you would see in like normal movies, and that was, I mean, that's one of the perks of being accepted by committee. You get to use
Sure.
these really insanely advanced cameras, and you're
Yeah.
just like, whoa, I'm
Crazy.
in it now, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's a good feeling, no? It
Yeah.
kind of gives that kind of gives that confidence to kind of just like keep going, like, oh, I can actually do this.
Yeah. But even when I found out, especially in the first day of filming, when there's just a lot going on, it's so easy to sort of find yourself in a corner where you're just like, oh my gosh, there's so much happening. How much of it do I have control over?
Yeah.
Is what I have on the frame where it needs to be?
Yeah.
Am I making the right choices? But then you have like your first AD and PA and just so many
Yeah.
other supportive people who are there just to make your project come to life,
Right.
assuring you that we're on the right track and
Yeah.
what you're
Yeah.
doing is right. And for a lot of us, because we are students, it's really just a learning experience at the end of the day,
Of
which
course.
was great. By the second day, I feel that we found more of a rhythm
Yeah.
of where,
Kind of had
like,
that flow. He kind of had that flow going, eh?
yeah, everyone had an
Yeah.
idea of what they needed to do and what was expected, and that
Yeah.
made, at the end of the day, this, in spite of the hardships, that is a core memory added in its way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's great advice for people that want to start out to make short films. Like, just make sure you have a good team like around you because
Yeah.
it'll make a big difference.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd be lying if I didn't say that director wasn't always my first thing, but that's kind of where photography kind of.
Yeah. Right.
I'm because I'm someone that always wants to be the one in control. If I have an idea in mind,
Mm-hmm.
I would say, well, this is how I want this to go
Sure.
in
Okay.
the back of in my head. It would
Yeah.
be easy for me to just hand it to someone and say, hey, make this for me and make magic. But in the back of my mind, I'm just like,
No, but you're the artist, though.
yeah, like personally,
You're the
I
artist.
would do this. And I think because of my
Yeah.
experience with photography and because of the visual it just makes sense to sort of take advantage of that in a more,
Right.
growing into a more visual storyteller in ways that I didn't think was possible literally 2 years ago.
Wow, crazy, man. So the photography really led into like making the short films. Is that accurate? Like photography kind of led into that more, or
Yeah, but I'd say there were like other inspirations. Obviously, not
uh,
just. I think it was more of like a good pushing point, but obviously there are other directors that kind of gave me more that interest in saying, "Oh, if I wish I could do this scene in this way, or I
mm,
can borrow inspiration from this person who did this."
yeah. Interesting.
Yeah,
Wow, man.
yeah. So that's a lot.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I think it's super cool. I mean, we're just talking offline about burnout, right? So, you're doing all these great things, but you're just mentioning, oh, maybe I'm doing too much, right? So, like, I guess what are you trying to do to kind of like manage that and not get burnt out? Like, do you have, like you doing something now to kind of manage that?
Well, it's only thinking it's something that it's coming up like really maybe like day or two ago where
Yeah.
it's just acknowledging the fact that, okay, let's say someone comes up to me and says, "Oh, I want to do like another shoot right now." On hindsight, that's exciting because more exposure and more stuff for me
Yeah.
to do. But I also realized I'm also new to freelance,
Right.
and obviously when you're starting out, working for free is expected, and
Mhm.
and I've had some great experiences so far, but there also comes a point where, like, my work can be more acknowledged in a way that feels, you know, respected.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Not.
Yeah, I think like it's never like, this is my opinion, but it's never really for free. Like you're always getting something out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna shoot a coffee shop for free in quotation marks, you know, maybe you want to be like, I don't know, like you wanna build like a portfolio. So you're trying to get shots for your portfolio. You're trying to network. So I think it's really like the approach and how you do it. I'm just talking about people in general. Like it's never really for free. Like you're always getting something out of it. It doesn't have to be like money at the start, but as long
Hmm.
as you're getting something, contact, portfolio, experience, whatever. Maybe they like your stuff and say, "Hey, we're doing a weekend thing next Saturday. Why don't you come by and we'll pay you a couple $100 or something?" Who knows, right? But that's just my opinion. Like it's never really for free though. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah, of course.
you're always getting something out of the thing. Like I don't know.
I
It's
mean,
kind
I
of,
am getting the experience of connecting with a lot of other
exactly,
people around the
and that could be
city.
priceless.
Yeah.
Is because you never know who that person is. Oh, that person might be, oh yeah, we're doing this thing next month. Why don't you come on down? And
Yeah. I think really for me, it's just about finding, like, making sure I set boundaries, you know?
sure. Oh yeah, you don't want to be taken advantage of. It happens
Yeah,
all
I
the
think
time.
that's,
It
I think
happens all
that's
the
a big
time,
thing.
man. It happens all the time. People take advantage of people all the time. So
Yeah, like
uh,
obviously we always use everyone for something,
yeah,
but there has to be like a mutual respect.
of course.
I
Of
mean,
course.
I
Yeah.
feel like
Like,
that.
yeah, say, hey, I'll be like, hey, my name's Paul. I really like your store. I love to come by and maybe get some shots. I usually charge, but whatever the pitch is, like however you position it, and just so that, you know, there is like a monetary component attached to this, but maybe you're willing to waive it because whatever the pitch is, right? So as long as they know that you're not going to do it for free forever for life, like
Yeah,
it's the way that you position it to the person that
I mean, a
you know
big thing that I've been doing, which actually has been great, is when I do these gigs, especially
yeah.
as of a couple of weeks ago, I actually did make business cards. So
Yeah, well, it's important.
yeah, not
You'd
to
be
self promote, but
Yeah, show it off, man. How can people
just
find you? Let
I
me
don't know.
let me throw up your Instagram real quick on
Yeah,
the show here.
yeah, no, Canva is a good
Shadow Canva, man.
yeah. Yeah, as you can see, that's
So what's your
my.
style, man? Like if people ask like what your style is, what would you say?
I mean, generally, I would say like I would have said, "Oh well, I'm everything," but based off what you're seeing, I think no, this is something I realized
No.
since coming to Toronto
Hmm.
is I started having more of an interest in taking pictures of people since 2019.
Okay.
But I always had this friend who me and him would always take photos together, and I would help him with his model stuff.
Yeah.
This was before uni, and I think that experience with him
Right.
actually maybe advanced more my interest in taking photos of other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm definitely interested, obviously, in like landscape, but more portrait is more my style. And the good news is, what I've been trying to do lately is try to work on different themes for portrait.
Mm-hmm.
I want to work through concepts. Actually, what
Yeah.
you're seeing right now, if you go to the middle photo, that's him. Yeah, I know. Me and him would
Dope.
always take photos. I would take photos like a lot. So of
Shout out
him.
Christian. Shout out Christian, man.
Yeah, and
Is that
that
taken
experience
at
was
the
good.
AGO?
Yeah, that's the AGO.
Yeah, okay. I love that place.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I'm more people person these days.
Yeah.
I obviously I like taking landscape stuff, especially through my phone,
Yeah.
but I like the human connection a lot more.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, no, I like your portraits, man. They're cool.
Yeah,
They're
some
really
of these
cool.
I actually did as a school project
Is that
for some.
right?
Yeah, the more like the monochromatic ones
Yeah.
I actually did as a. But yeah,
Cool, man. So you still want me doing portraits then? Like, is that kind of still an ongoing thing for you?
Yeah, no, that's still an
Okay.
ongoing thing. But and one thing I also would be very interested in doing down the
Yeah.
line is travel photography, like
Okay.
adventure style photography.
Yeah.
Like
Whatever.
you see creators like Lost LeBlanc, or
Right. Right.
I know, just all these people, these creators that travel around to take like insane photos.
Yeah.
And obviously the landscape photos could be play a big part in that.
Cool, man.
And yeah,
So what's like the spot for you then?
in terms of what do you mean?
Travel. In terms of travel photography.
Um,
What's
well, to be basic, obviously Europe.
okay.
But
Alright.
I mean, even I've seen lots of good things about Morocco. I've seen great
I was
things.
just there. I was just in Morocco.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I recommend it.
Yeah.
Bangers everywhere, bro.
What do you think is the
Bangers
Morocco
everywhere.
centric?
Bangers everywhere. You get some in terms of like in terms of street photography, you got some really cool stuff, man. You got some really cool stuff. So in terms of like having like a concept, if you want to like really show Morocco and like the people, you can really get quite a bit, right? Like I don't know, man. And the people there are so friendly.
No, that's great.
Yeah, yeah. The people there are so friendly. So and landscape, yeah. It's definitely a place. I definitely recommend it, man. If you wanna do some like next level stuff, definitely check it out.
Oh no, most definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that would be one of the few ways I would actually be willing to advance my photography game even more.
100%.
I mean,
100%.
yeah, I feel like I've done that a little. Obviously, you can see the Taj Mahal, or
Yeah,
if you look at some photos I took from Tanzania.
yeah.
Though I can let
Yeah.
you in on a little secret.
What's the secret? What's the secret?
Yeah, half of these were taken on iPhone.
No way. I don't believe you.
I'm looking at some of them. I'm just like iPhone, iPhone. That
Did you
one was.
not did you not have a camera with you?
Oh no, I did, but
Well,
I also just like taking stuff on my phone. So
is it just more I guess it's just more convenient.
yeah. So this one, iPhone.
Wow.
And if you just go back for a second. So oh yeah, the first photo, iPhone.
That's cool, man. So what's the story here?
Oh well, you
I'm reading the caption.
aside from I will give you the short.
Give me the story.
So back in high school, we would sometimes do spring break trips across, and we'd go like around the world. So sometimes there would be like maybe 2 trips somewhere internationally. And when I was in my senior year, we did
Yeah.
Tanzania, and
Dope.
yeah, I got a chance to do that, and
It's cool, man.
it was. I actually never had a chance to like travel in most parts of Africa except
Right.
Uganda or South
Mm-hmm.
Africa. My family
Mm-hmm.
is actually Ugandans, but
Mm-hmm.
so but yeah, it was really this trip was a good way to explore other parts, and I think
Right.
it really made my need for adventure to kind of
Yeah.
flourish.
Yeah. And it's always about the people of the country, right?
Yeah.
When you get people kind of like just in their natural environment, like just, it's not stage, it's not, there's no studio, there's just raw life. That's when you really capture like the essence of like the place.
Yeah. No, but yeah, even just editing some of these was a
Yeah.
good time. Though I'm always told I should like frame these, but haven't
Maybe. Maybe.
maybe
Or
haven't
maybe
haven't had much time.
if you do like another like project, maybe you can take a bunch and make like a little coffee book for yourself or something.
Well, I sort of actually did something like that because again, if you just go up for a second,
Yeah.
up, 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 up. Yeah, so the photos which are like the color, like the yellow, green. So that was
Yeah.
all based off a school project that I did
Ah,
back when I was in TMU. And
nice.
I don't know, I always found it interesting to do portrait photography where a person's just wearing a single color.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Also,
that
also matches the tree.
yeah, it makes for an interesting story.
Yeah.
It was like, why are you wearing a single color? What makes you stand out? You know?
So that's talked prior to with the model. Like you say, well, can you? Like how do you make sure that happens? Like you have to plan it before, right? Like,
Yeah, no, I have to plan out before, and then usually it's about messaging.
yeah.
Most of the people you see in these photos, a lot of them are people I know in my personal life,
Right, right.
and so I
So
would,
it's easier
yeah,
to engage. Yeah,
and
yeah,
so I'd ask like, hey, for I guess with this project, I would say like, hey, do you have this color? Do
yeah.
you have this? And if I'm lucky, if they have that, I'm like, okay, I can check that off my
We're
list.
we're doing it.
We can make a shoot or theme out of it. And then
Yeah.
came finding the location to match this that said.
So what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're just driving around or walking around, just seeing what you can get.
Mainly mostly checking the internet for
Checking checking
the
Instagram, seeing what trees are going on the City of Toronto website and see what trees are in foliage.
well, for some reason it
Yeah.
was more about oh, Toronto red walls. What has a
Red
blue wall?
walls. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or even I mean the Allen Gardens was more of a convenient thing, but everything else was
Yeah, yeah,
oh,
yeah.
even the yellow. That was just a convenient time to be shooting because that was the
100%.
first thing that was shot, and then I kind of built towards
Well,
with everything
it
else.
looks cool on the grid though, right?
Oh, whew, yeah, most
It
definitely.
looks cool on the grid. Just like the colors just pop out for you. So it's cool, right?
Yeah, I know. I think a big part of with photography is you want to be able to tell a story with
Yeah.
it.
Mm.
Because the thing is with me as an artist, I'm often someone that just do now, think later.
Well,
I like to improvise, but I realize that sometimes that isn't always the case. And I mean that's kind of what I learned when I was making my first short film. You want to be able to have a clear vision of what it is you're doing and have
right,
it more planned.
right.
Because while the improvisation does come in handy, you also don't want to like spend maybe like a good 10 minutes just saying like, oh, what can we do? What can we do? What can you do? You want to just do like,
You want to be a
okay,
professional. You want to be a professional.
exactly.
You want to be like I've done this before. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't want to just you wouldn't want to like keep people waiting for too long.
No,
Otherwise,
no.
they're just gonna be like, oh, well,
Yeah.
does he have anything else he wants
Right.
me to do, or what's on the plate? And
What's
we
going
just
on?
we
Mm.
just like I don't know. You think about it. Like that's probably the last thing you want to be telling
Right. Yeah,
people.
that's also yeah, I mean, I guess that's just part of being like a director is like having that kind of like flow for everyone, right? Like it's
Yeah. Like I am a big believer in like being able to collaborate and working
mm,
off people's ideas, but really if I'm the one that initiated all of this, so it makes sense that I should have the most
I
knowledge.
suppose yeah, sure. I mean, people can kind of bring in their own 2 cents and I mean, if people are really engaged in the project, maybe they have their own ideas. Like maybe they have their own way of thinking about it. I don't know, right? Like, but if it's your baby, it's like it's your baby, right? So
Yeah, no, and yeah, I feel like that's gonna be something that'll be more prevalent when I do make more films down the line.
yeah,
Because especially as a director,
right,
like yo, you got to be more intentional with your vision. What
yeah.
exactly? Because I'd be lying if I didn't say like I'm like I think I would say I'm introverted at heart,
Most artists are,
but at the same time I know that I can be extroverted when I need to be.
yeah, but in like a good way.
Yeah, it's just a matter of being assertive, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You just need to tell, like I was saying the other week, it's like anyone can be a boss, but not everyone's a leader. Like you have to be a leader for people
Yeah,
when you're like a director, right? Like, being a boss, like, people don't really believe in you or like you. It's easy for people not to work hard, but if you're a leader and you're engaging people and you're giving people like the proper like respect and and good attitude, then people will work for you because they'll believe in you, right? Like
yeah. And you know, I think every day, just creatively, it's more of a. I'm trying to learn that it's more of a competition with me Because I'd be lying if I have a hard time not trying to compare myself,
Yeah.
which is
To
kind
who?
of just
To everyone?
people, everyone, life,
The internet?
the
Compare
internet.
yourself to the internet? No, that never happens, man.
I mean, it's just ironic considering you like given my line of work, but
Yeah,
it's you always there's always a part of me where it's like okay, what I did was good. I could do a little bit better
sure.
in this area. I could do a little bit more
Right.
here. I
But
can.
where does that come from? Does that come from like you telling you, or does that come from you comparing yourself to somebody else?
I wish I could give you the most confident answer. But
Yeah.
no, I think I'd be like with photos. I do think that's where I am. I am more certain
Mhm.
where I can say like, oh, for some reason, when I talk to people about like photography, I'm like the most. That's where my ego kind of goes a lot more
Mhm.
or higher because I know
Mhm.
that I have put in really good work.
Yeah.
Whereas I know with film, that's still relatively new for me. So maybe
Right.
there is still a bit of that where I'm still trying to
Right. You have
gain
you,
more of that.
you have less proof for yourself,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
But at the same
Interesting.
time, it's about also learning, and being
Yeah.
able to not all art's going to be perfect, and there's still even the most high profile artists are still learning things
Of
today,
course,
and
man. Of
everyone
course.
kind of has their own perspective and voice that they want to bring to the
Yeah.
table. So
Yeah.
it's don't do it like them, do it like you.
Yeah. You got to do you, right. I mean, you can get inspired by people, but you can do it your way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, some of the shots that I would often take or would be inspired by other photographers. So I'd
Hmm.
often look through Instagram and say, "Ooh, wouldn't it be cool if we tried something
Yeah.
like this?"
Sure.
Even if it's not the clear 100% what they did, it's it's my
Why
own
not?
thing.
Why not?
You know,
Why not? Why not do that? There's no rule saying you can't.
I feel like that should just be a motto for artists everywhere.
Why not? Why
Why
not?
not? Why not?
You gotta put that on a t-shirt, man. You gotta wear that
Why
to your
not?
next shirt. You should wear that on set next time saying why not?
Just like, wait, why do you want to do this?
Why
Why do
not? Look at the
you
t-shirt. Why
just
not?
why not?
Just man, you never know. You can start like a revolution over there.
I mean, I guess that's probably if I had to go back to pitching my first film again and
Yeah.
so why a hit woman going on Tinder?
Hmm.
Why not?
Why
I,
not?
I I just thought it was funny.
Why not?
But
Why
like I
not?
think with me, what I like to do, even as an artist, is I want to be able to. I make sure I try to go with every project with intention.
Yeah.
That it's not for. I think that way it I make sure that I hold myself accountable by making it from beginning to end, rather than
Hmm.
just getting bored with it midway through and I just don't touch
Mm.
it ever again.
Yeah. You kind of lose the fire,
Yeah, but then I don't know. I had a conversation with another filmmaker where he was just telling me, well, what if it doesn't have to just be based off personal experience? What if you just want to make the thing? Because
right?
why
Yeah.
not? It does. You don't even need to make make it super personal, or it has to mean something to you.
Yeah.
It doesn't even need to be like a universal experience for
Right.
everyone. I mean,
Sure.
not everyone goes on dating apps or
Yeah.
whatnot,
Sure.
but
Of course.
in a way that entertains audiences, that makes people want to see more. It puts a smile
Yeah.
on their face.
Yeah. You want to make something and entertaining for people.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, with like big part of going to film school was getting exposed to more auteur based films rather than just the mainstream ones
Yeah.
that you're used to seeing. And
Right.
I'd be like, hey, it gave me a new perspective and just being more open to
Yeah.
things, especially what was popular in the past. Like I watched Jaws for the first time
Yeah.
during film school.
And what'd you think?
Oh, it was great. I can understand
Yeah.
why it was so popular back then.
Exactly. It's still scary today.
Yeah, no, and then even just the more grounded films from Denis Villeneuve, like
Right.
Incendies,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
highly recommend.
Yeah.
That was I didn't. I think just what that movie was able to do with
Yeah.
so little,
It's
but still
wild.
have like so much of an impact in your viewing experience.
Yeah.
And so, I'm still trying to find what kind of films I want to make, but
Yeah.
that's why you should try to open yourself to a lot of art things, and it shouldn't be just movies. You should also look into
Of course.
books. You should look
Yeah.
into
Hmm.
to art.
Yeah. Of course.
Maybe even like a passage from something could give
Yeah.
you an idea.
Oh, I think there could be in inspiration anywhere. You just have to be open to it. Like you don't have to if you're closed-minded to something, then you probably won't get inspired. But if you're open to it, then yeah, you could probably get inspired by like anything really. Like you just have to be open to the idea of it.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm also trying to see if I could be inspired by my own life, because I'd be lying if I didn't say I'm so in
Yeah,
my head all the time because I'm
right.
always thinking about the next big idea,
Yeah.
which
And what is the next
maybe
big idea?
good question.
Can you say that, or is it, or is it, or is it, or is it in the vault?
I wouldn't say it's in a vault. It's just more because I'm still reeling over the fact that I just made my first short one.
I know, literally, you just finished it.
I just finished it.
Like literally.
Though I'd be lying if I didn't say that I am playing with an idea right now. It just
Yeah.
needs more time to be fleshed out.
Mm,
And I guess has been an idea I've been thinking for some time, but
yeah.
I think conceptually I'm trying to crack the code.
So what are you doing? Like storyboards or journaling? Like how do you do that?
With me, once when I try to get a vibe of something, I find that music is definitely a good
Yeah,
good
that's cool.
indicator.
Really? So you just put on any kind of music, or music that's tied to what you think the film is?
Yeah, no, it kind of helps you set the tone.
Mm.
Yeah.
So what, you just go on Spotify and just trying to find artists that
Yep.
matches the vibe?
Yep, and make a whole playlist out of it.
That's cool.
Yeah, but obviously you want to. I also try to look at other projects, even projects that I don't see. Then later I make into my entire personality. Until
Yeah,
then, but
cool.
yeah, I mean,
So,
that's part of the part of how I try to get inspired. But I'm
yeah,
always open to new things.
yeah. I always feel like you get the idea when you're not thinking about the idea. To me, anyway, like that's how I get ideas. Like when I'm not thinking about ideas,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm just going to the gym and I'm not thinking about it, that's when I get something. Oh, I didn't think about it that way. You know what I mean? Like you kind of have to put like less pressure on yourself to get the idea. It's kind of like watching your laundry dry. Like if you just keep watching your laundry dry, it never dries. But the minute you step out of the room, it's dry.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That kind of concept.
No, I absolutely agree. I think it's just because I'm part of me just wants to like force the idea out.
That's what I mean. You can't though. It doesn't work that way. You can't. You can't.
I mean, yeah, no, but I think I'm just trying at this point right now. I'm just trying to give that filmmaker aspect
Yeah.
of my artistry some grace. Let
Right.
everything kind of just
Yeah.
simmer down, and come back to it
Right.
when I can.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I haven't visited my photography in almost a year because of
The film.
the film.
Yeah.
So now, having done school, I've had more time over the last couple of months to sort of just build toward doing more of this and seeing if I can make something out of it more.
So is that the plan for the summertime?
Yeah, but I'm also willing to see if it can become something much more in the long term.
Mm.
I don't know. There was always a part of me where with photography, it's like, yeah, I like it. Yeah, I can do it.
Yeah.
But has it also been something you can really take advantage of in the long run?
In terms of what?
I'm still asking myself that
Take
question.
advantage of, like, what do you mean? Like take advantage of?
No, but I think just applying myself a bit more, because I know with this industry, especially in film, no one's just gonna hire you as a director when you're starting off. You have to like always start in the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, to me, it's all just networking. Like you gotta know people, right? Like I had a DP on a couple weeks ago, and he started when he was 30,
Oh,
and now he's DP for like major brands.
yeah.
So he just basically his thing was don't ask for the job right away. Just take out whoever you want to work with, take them out for lunch, get to know them, understand them, see if you want to work with them. And at least then they'll know who you are. And then maybe a few months down the road, there's, oh, Joel, I know him. Maybe he'll want to do this gig. So to him, it's more about the relationship building versus just getting the job right off the bat, because you need to make sure that you want to work with these people, because it's such long days, right? So
Yeah, very,
you know what I
very
mean?
long
Like you need to
days.
make sure that, do I even want to work with this person? Because you never know sometimes, right? So if that was kind of his pitch, is like take people out for coffee and just ask them questions, and don't even ask for a job. Just, hey, I just want to ask questions about what you do, how you do it, that kind of thing. So I mean, especially in Toronto, where like it's very, I would assume it's very competitive. Like there's a lot of competition out there, right? So
Yeah, no, a big part of what I've learned these last couple of months is that, hey, if like obviously you want to look for opportunities, and sometimes the door is not always open.
yeah,
And so if that's the case, make sure you're making your own
make your own
opportunities.
stuff. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I would always like show. I always tell people like show, don't tell. Like just show people like, what you do, and just say, hey, I'm Joel, and then you can show them, well, this is the short film I made. And
Yeah.
instead of trying to explain it, right? Because people don't really sometimes understand what you're saying. But if you show it, it's like, oh, okay, I get it. I get what you're trying to. If you show them like a 1 minute reel, okay, cool, I get it. So yeah, man, especially today, like you just need to like kind of like make your own opportunities. I find like you just need to like what you did with a short film. Why not just do like another one and
Yeah,
just
no,
start?
I
You
can.
know what I mean?
I definitely can.
And then um, especially if you get into, like festivals and things, you never know what happens there too, right?
Hmm.
Did you guys like kind of throw your film at festivals across Canada or the US or?
So we're just kind of working through a few things post production right now
Yeah,
before we can
sure.
absolutely send it out
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah, yeah.
I
So when you
mean, I could just like literally put it online, but I also want to
could,
experience the other thing of showing it to other parts in the
yeah,
country.
you wanted a theater.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, no, wouldn't it be cool if there's like someone from Vancouver who, or even someone in Europe who saw my film?
Well, that's what I mean. Like you never know who's watching one, right?
Because
And yeah,
obviously, yeah,
you can still put it on YouTube or wherever you want to put it, because that's also like another platform for people to watch it, because there it just lives forever,
yeah,
right? So I mean, the
yeah,
more places, the better, because you never know. You just never know who's watching one. So it's all timing, man. It's all timing. It's all just kind of like in the universe a little bit, but I think at the same time, you still need to kind of plant the seeds where like this is where I want to go. Like kind of like going to your point of like being intentional. Like this is where you want to go, then you sort of have to plant the seeds and make your way there, kind of thing.
yeah,
Takes time a little bit.
yeah. I think a big part of it is just learning the value of patience.
Yeah, man, it's a
Which,
big thing. It's a big thing in 2025. Patience. Not everyone has that. We live in the TikTok generation, right? So
yeah, where it's just easy for me to like you hope someone just knocks on your door and they just give you a silver platter
are
saying like
are
here's your golden ticket and
they messing?
every your life
Yeah,
problem is solved. But
yeah.
that's
Well, it's life unfortunately doesn't work that way. But
but I have found value that in putting myself out there, and I am starting to see the results of that,
yeah, and you're
which
happy
I
with it?
yeah.
Yeah.
But then now comes the other thing. It's like, wow, like this is all coming at you all at once. Now how do you keep a cool head?
I don't know. How do you? I think it's just a matter of kind of just staying grounded and kind of like knowing where you want to go. Like I always tell people to have like a North Star of like where you want to ultimately get to, right? Because that kind of helps you kind of get through the noise. Because I feel like the noise, like the world is very noisy sometimes. Like there's a lot of opinions about a lot of things, and it's just like I don't, I want to do it my way, but you need to find a way to kind of cut through the noise sometimes, because it gets a little bit loud.
Yeah, but it's also being able to do things which maybe it's not on your bucket list, but you just have
Right.
to endure that certain thing because
Yeah.
just so that it gets you to the next level. And that's something I'm learning, especially when if you're just a regular, you're just average here applying for jobs or
Right.
different clubs or so on.
Yeah.
But it's okay. And I think I'm learning a lot and just learning to build a routine for myself. But I think learning to just be my own person. And
Yeah. You gotta do you, right.
because I think a big part of what I've learned, especially as opportunities come in,
Right.
is because I always have a tendency to just be hesitant and just say no,
Mm-hmm.
but but at the same time, I'm also having to keep an open mind because you
Say
never
no.
know.
Say no to like opportunities. You mean?
Yeah, certain because there's always that question of like, can I do it though?
Oh, talking about like imposter syndrome kind of thing.
Exactly.
Ah, okay.
But I've been trying to do more to break through that and say like, yeah, I'll do
Happens
it.
to everybody. Happens to everybody. Yeah, yeah. Say yes and then figure it out later, kind of thing. But
Yeah, but
um,
those yeses kind of can come to a certain point. You gotta still look out for
yeah,
yourself.
there's a balance to it, but
Yeah.
it's also where like the growth comes in, where you take the cliche of like stepping outside your comfort zones, like. It's like you can do it, but you don't know if you can do it, but you kind of know you can do it, kind of like yeah, like in the back of your head, it's like I can do this, but kind of like what you're saying about like just saying no because like you don't want to kind of like take the risk, right? But the risk is really where like the growth comes, because then it kind of gives you the proof of just showing that you can do it, kind of like going back to like your photography where you have all this proof. It's like yeah, I can do that, I can do that, I've done that. So the more proof you have, and the more confidence you have because you know that you can do it. You know.
Yeah, no, and even in my photography, there was like a few gigs I've done where maybe there was just a lot of questioning, but then once you're actually in the space,
Right.
it's like, oh, this wasn't so bad.
That's what I mean. It happens all the
Yeah,
time. It happens to me too. It's like, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, it wasn't so bad. Yeah, it was fine. It's just our mind kind of plays tricks sometimes on us, right? It's kind of like self-sabotage. But I also think that's just part of like being a creator, being an artist, or being a filmmaker, or being a storyteller. Like for some reason, there's always that side of like the coin of like, I can't do any of this stuff. Why am I even here? But
yeah. Then you make up excuses like, oh, I don't have the right gear.
I don't
Oh,
have
I
the right
don't.
gear. Yeah,
I don't.
exactly. I don't have
Which
the light. I don't have this. It's like,
well,
please. the,
so I think that's literally what I'm working on a lot more.
the gear stuff.
Well, no, just
Yeah,
about even if
avoiding the gear syndrome.
yeah, but even if I don't have all the resources, I'm gonna make best with what I have and make it into something great.
Totally, totally. I think people that can do more with less are really talented people.
Because hey, people wouldn't be asking me to help with their things, or I wouldn't be going to asking people for shoots if I didn't know I have something to offer.
Yeah, exactly.
And down the line, especially as a filmmaker, that's I think because that's still a relatively new bubble for me,
Mm,
and I'm trying to know which positions, which aspects
yeah,
of it that I can kind of grow more with, then
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm more like comfortable
Mm.
with just saying, "Hey, I can do this, easy peasy, 100%." You
Right,
will
right.
you will not see any hesitancy from me.
I also think that like most times people have no idea what they're doing anyway. Like you just have to assume that people on the set, sometimes they don't know what they're doing, but they're just faking it until they're making it, right? So,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know,
I guess even just with some of my friends who were who I helped when they were directing their films,
Yeah,
they did a great job in hiding it, but
you don't know.
there are probably moments
Probably.
where who knows?
I think
I'm just assuming.
I think it happens to everyone. I just think that I mean, how else? Like, how else do you learn on the job? Like, you kind of have to go through that experience of like, kind of stepping into like the unknown and like, okay, geez, how does this work and how does that work? And then you gotta ask somebody. You gotta like look something up on Google or something or on YouTube. So I think it's just part of the process, right? Because like, how else do you learn but without going through it live in life? Because it's impossible to learn everything prior to prior to like you need to like you kind of need to go through it live. I think no, sometimes like certain like situations like I don't know.
I mean, that's also just applies to life too.
That's what I mean. Like you can't prepare for everything. It's
Yeah.
kind of like learning to drive. How do you prepare for everything when you're driving the car? It's like you kind of have to go through it a little bit. So
Yeah. I mean, I'm always someone that just wants to say, okay, we need to make sure we have this, we have to have this.
right,
But then there's always like, oh my gosh, we forgot this. Okay, well, everything's ruined. Oh my
yeah.
gosh, this is
Oh my god,
over. Oh my
shoot's
gosh,
over. Shoot's over.
It's
Jeez.
like we can't do the shoot without this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow.
But
What are you gonna do?
I think a big part of it is just perseverance.
Yeah, and then also belief, I think, plays a big role in it too. Like you need to really have the belief, especially like filmmaking or like storytelling. Like it's like there has to be like a conviction there to like kind of make it happen and to like actually finish the project, right? Because like there's so many things like you just said where it's like not we gotta stop the shoot, not right, not good, hold off, and But for people that have the conviction of like wanting to get it done, that's when the real magic happens. I think like you really believe in this.
Yeah, and when in times of doubt, I always have to think back of all the feats, the accomplishments that I have done creatively.
Yeah.
Again, I made my first movie.
That's what I mean. Like you
That
gotta like that's a huge thing. It's a
you
huge
don't
accomplishment.
often do you don't often
I
like
would
say
say
that
that
out
I
loud.
would tell that to everybody I meet, man. Yeah, I just directed my first short film. I would tell that to
Even
every single person I meet on the subway, streetcar, whatever.
yeah, like it's like yeah, I look back on it, I'm just like, well, I could have done this a little bit more. I could have
Sure,
done this,
sure.
but I'm just like, dude, you literally made your first movie.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's crazy. Like it's crazy when you say it out loud.
Yeah, I know. At this point, give me the Oscar. Yeah,
Give me the goddamn Oscar, man. Just give me
I
that.
know.
I got my speech all set up. Live on
I
StreamYard. It's fantastic. It's how you always envisioned it.
yeah, I know, and I think even with those accomplishments and what you've
Right.
been able to do, it makes the bigger dream, the long term dream ahead, feel
Yeah.
more real.
Sure. Yeah. Because
I mean, yeah,
you've already started the work.
yeah. Even with my photos right now, I'm
Yeah.
now starting to see some things come through where now it's like, oh, this is now possible.
Yeah.
This is now happening.
Hmm.
And I think right now, just it's a matter of just processing
Mm,
how you're gonna put yourself forward
mm.
without also trying to purposely make yourself crash and burn.
Right, right. There's a balance there, isn't there?
So, I think a big
You
part
got it.
of
You
the
got it. You got
yeah.
it.
Yeah, no, at the end of the day, I would really just say you have learned to have like self-compassion.
Yeah, I think it's
Even
big.
even through your wins, you gotta
Mm,
because it's easy when like a loss is one thing, but once you start getting the wins and those
yeah,
wins, you're trying to like process those wins.
right,
It's like, well, what do I do now? Do I still have a lot more that I can like grow
right,
from
right.
of this? And do I have
Mm,
a limit? But
mm,
now you're just sort of seeing like, no, no, it's still very much possible, even if you have to work with less for the time being.
yeah. Interesting. Interesting.
I mean,
Wow.
that's my philosophy.
Yeah, I guess like when you start, kind of like achieving certain things, I guess there's you wonder like where like the ceiling is, right? It's like, but
I mean, they don't say the sky is not the
yeah,
limit for nothing.
yeah. So what's like the ultimate goal? Is it like the Oscar for directing? Is that the ultimate? Is that the ultimate?
See, I always because I was obsessed with TV more than I was with film.
Yeah.
So obviously, I would make the whole big deal saying, "Oh, well, I'm gonna win an Emmy,"
Right.
and that would be my peak.
Would that be the peak?
Oh no,
Huh.
I want to win all this stuff.
You want to win Golden Globe, Emmy, Oscar,
I'm leaving with something.
Sundance? You want to win Sundance?
Yeah, I'm leaving with something.
You're gonna win TIFF for sure, right?
You know what? Yes, this is what that's what I'm gonna do. Just say yes, I am,
Yeah,
rather
why
than just
not?
saying
Why, hey
rather
man, why
than
not? Why not,
what.
right? That's what I mean. Why
Even
not?
better, why not?
If you get your film into if you get your film into like TIFF or who knows? Who knows where it could go, right?
Yeah, no, and I think it's really stuff like that is really the first of many. It
Yeah.
really comes down to what you decide to do with it.
Mm.
I think that's a good advice I can leave with. Where
Yeah.
once you're starting with something, you're starting to you see traction, and there's a lot of positivity within yourself, but also other people. You really have to ask yourself, like, what are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna continue with it? Are you gonna not?
Right. Right.
It's the ball's really in your court.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, whatever you decide, you have to make sure what you're getting into is the thing that you want to do, whether it be for 10 years, 5 years.
Right.
You just gotta go full head on.
Yeah. Guess it depends on what you want to be known for in
Yeah,
terms of like legacy, right?
yeah. But I
You
mean,
know.
I'm young. The
Yeah, that's what I
legacy
mean. Like
stuff
legacy.
is.
That's what I mean. Like 60 years. Like, what do you want to be known for? Like,
I think I'm just more grateful that I am good at more than one thing.
right.
So then that just shows that I can be known for, well, making films, but I'm also good at taking photos.
Yeah.
And hopefully there's another like creative thing that I come across which I can be good at. Been interested in acting? Maybe there's
Yeah.
something in that.
Maybe you
You
can
know?
act.
Maybe.
You're gonna act and direct in this in your own movie, you think?
Probably. I mean, I have taken a few classes
Oh
here,
yeah.
acting
Toronto.
classes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something I can revisit. But
Okay. All right.
yeah. What's your long term?
Uh, my long-term vision. I like to make like a documentary one day.
Hmm?
Yeah. About what I'm not sure yet, but I like to make like a real. You know what? Like I like to on Netflix they have those like docs where they follow like like teams around. Like I like to make one of those
Yeah.
or be involved in like those projects. I think those are super cool because it kind of takes you behind the curtain and shows you a little bit of like what it's actually like versus what you just see on TV. So that kind of thing. I don't
Would you
know.
say you're really inspired by documentaries a lot?
I do like documentaries quite a bit. There's actually I don't know if you ever heard in Toronto there is the art of documentary program in Toronto where
Yeah.
you can sign up. Yeah, so I know a couple of guys in there. But yeah, just a matter of kind of like just telling, I don't know, just showcasing ordinary people and just kind of like showcasing like their thing, right? Kind of like this podcast, but more like a documentary kind of style, right? So I think that'd be cool to do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something we have in common, especially with if you look at my stuff. I'm literally using ordinary people through my
Yeah.
photos.
But that's like where like the art comes through is like they're just ordinary people, like everyday people. Like it's it kind of makes it more special, to just do it that way.
Yeah, no, and I would say I'm pretty grateful for my family and also the people in my life that have helped to make it possible to get where I am today.
Of
Especially,
course. Yeah. You need family and support.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's not an easy feat. Like there are like times where it just feels like, man, how do you get out of this? But you realize how far you've how far you've come,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you're just, yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
I can do it.
Of course you
Because
do, man. You've already done
because why not? Why not? No,
it.
literally after this podcast, that's gonna be my motto from
You
from
gotta,
now on.
you gotta wear that
You
on a
thank
t-shirt
you for
next set, man.
thank you for teaching me that.
That's why you came on, man. It's the whole purpose. It's the whole purpose, man. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
That is
Well,
my
thanks.
sermon.
That is Well, thanks, man. I don't want to take up too much of your evening, so I just want to say thanks again for coming on.
Yeah.
Hopefully you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So
thank you so much.
check out Joel when he wins his Oscar next year for. You never know. Stranger things have happened.
I'll hand in the show of the business card one more time.
There you go. Screenshot that.
I don't know. Or
I got your links in the description of this podcast. Don't worry, bro.
yeah,
Don't
okay. It works for me.
worry.
But
Yeah,
no, but like thank you so much. This was really fun.
my pleasure. Everyone, thanks for watching, listening, wherever this thing is, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever this thing is in the universe. And go check out Joel. He's super dope. All right, we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Peace.